I think we need to talk about something quite serious, Luke. The fact that it didn't come home. And see, here's the thing, Luke, okay? As you'll know, I was in Bruges. I took loads of video footage while I was in Bruges, and I was thinking, I know that this is completely nothing to do with our channel, but I'm probably going to edit the video footage down simply because, it's a useful way of remembering the trip. I might just upload it to our channel, just because. I mean, I don't think we have much integrity as far as our channel goes, so I might just, basically, what I'm saying is I might literally upload just footage of me in Bruges, just because, it was fun. Okay. But the important thing is that I was in Bruges, and of course, because England lost against Croatia, it meant I had the joy of watching England play Belgium in Belgium. And obviously England lost to Belgium.
They did.
And while I was there, I was thinking, to be honest, we got very hyped up. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit that we got slightly caught up in the It's Coming Home hype. But when you think about it, Luke, we basically didn't do anything. Because you break down, when you just look at the teams we beat Tunisia, Panama, Colombia is probably the most impressive team we beat, Sweden, and did we beat another team? No.
No.
So yeah, and we couldn't beat Croatia.
Can I just say,
and
Michael?
We couldn't beat Belgium.
I think we should do a select and reflect on the World Cup.
I honestly, you know what? I think I think that might be not a bad idea.
Because you watched all the games.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I even watched I did watch the France Croatia game too, and I managed to. The one bright side is that it was very easy for me to completely avoid finding out the score for that, because we ended up getting back after the match was over. So obviously, if that was England playing in the final, I doubt we would have been able to avoid finding out the result.
Good thing they went in the final then. I just want to say, Michael, recently I've watched 2 movies which were nominated for Oscars this year. It was 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, and also The Post. And I just want to say, obviously Die Hard is decent, but we've been watching so many shit movies lately.
I know.
It's just I watched those 2 movies like, oh, that's how it used to be. We used to watch movies that were actually good and we could talk about and we're interested.
Yeah. Obviously, we're watching Mamma Mia. And I've been watching, and I guess you have too, the films that we've reviewed so far, some of the films we reviewed in the first quarter, and I'm on the Grand Budapest Hotel, so I'm almost done. And yesterday, I basically watched Mamma Mia and the Grand Budapest Hotel, and I watched the Grand Budapest Hotel first, and it felt like, do you remember the scene in The Simpsons where Otto is told to go siphon off gas or petrol from one of the other school buses?
Yes.
And he sucks it out, and then he goes, at the end he's like, why did I eat the mint first? That's how I felt after I finished Mamma Mia. Because I was thinking about the fact that I just watched the Grand Budapest Hotel, and I was like, wow, the Grand Budapest Hotel was so good, and I was like, I wish I would have watched the Grand Budapest Hotel second, so I could, anyway, I feel like that might also give away my answer to did I enjoy this film, but I'll do the introduction now.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Select and Reflect, the movie review podcast where we look at films that come out relatively recently at the cinema and see if they still hold up upon a second watch. This week, we are celebrating the release of Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
Can I just say that it's like the name, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. It sounds like, oh, here we go again.
I know.
It's just so bad.
It doesn't sound enthusiastic, but the thing is, I mean, you could say, like, it's kind of clever. Like, I wonder if they actually planned this when they called the original film Mamma Mia. Because it works quite well. I'll give them credit for that. I mean, yeah, like, it sounds like a bit laboured, but, yeah. Anyway, and, yeah, to celebrate it, we're watching the release of the film Mamma Mia. Here we don't go again. And Luke, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So.
Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm Michael. Just try that in there.
I think everybody knows. The one person that watches this. So, Mamma Mia, or Mamma Mia, is a 2008 jukebox musical romantic comedy film based on the 1999 musical of the same name. It's based on the songs of successful pop group ABBA, with additional music composed by ABBA band member Benny Andersson. It was an international co-production between the Germans, the British, and the Americans. It was directed by...
Not the Swedish.
No, not the Swedish. Directed by Lydia Lloyd. There we go. And it stars Meryl Streep, Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth, Stellan Skarsgård, Julie Walters, Dominic Cooper, Amanda Seyfried, and Christian Baranski. It was released on July the 10th, 2008 in the United Kingdom, and about a week later in Germany and the United States. Do you want to have a guess at the budget?
Ooh, I feel like it's going to be quite low. I want to guess between 10 and 20 million. I'm going to go for, I think this film cost 16 million.
What did you say?
16 million.
Oh, wow. It's 52 million.
Meryl
Streep ain't cheap.
Okay, yeah, I guess actually when I think about it, I was neglecting the fact that it is a star-studded cast.
Yeah, star-studded.
Colin Firth probably commands quite the box office as far as rom-coms for middle-aged women go.
Yep. And what about the good old box office?
See, I remember this film was like a thing when it came out. Like, it was quite a thing.
It was, yeah.
It was so much of a thing that I almost ended up watching it. Because...
I actually did watch it.
At the cinema?
No, not at the cinema, no.
Yeah, see, I have watched it before. I watched it with my auntie. The story goes like this. Basically, I was out with my grandma, and, I was like, what are we going to do? She was like, oh, let's go to the cinema. So obviously this was 2008 when it came out, so I was 13-ish. And I remember Batman The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia were both out. And I really wanted to see The Dark Knight. And my grandma was like, oh, but, this film Mamma Mia's out, and apparently it's really good. And I was like, yeah, but, the people who would think it's really good are going to think it's really good, but I don't want to watch it. Anyway, it turned out, in the end, we didn't see anything. I don't even remember what we did, but we didn't watch anything. And, yeah, basically...
Is that it? Is that your story?
Yeah, well, my story is that, therefore, I remember, it was a big thing. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I'm going to go for... I honestly think, I think this definitely broke 100 million. I think it broke 200 million. I am going to just go throw caution to the wind. And see, the thing is, I'm feeling like I'm being a bit kind of I don't know what the word is, but overestimating by going above 300 million. But I almost wouldn't be surprised if you said it was more than that. But I'm going to go for 340 million.
Throwing caution to the wind, Michael?
Yeah.
The box office total was 615 million. That's crazy. I'm surprised they haven't done a sequel until now.
It is kind of weird.
615 million. That's fucking crazy.
At least I was over halfway there.
Yeah, you were nearly halfway there. I was surprised as well as I looked when I.
Oh yes, yeah.
So there you go. That's Mamma Mia. Quick sum up. So the question is, Michael, did you like this movie?
Well, to be honest, Luke, I didn't love this movie. Nor did I like it. Nor was I inclined to tolerate it. No, I do actually think, I'll say this, and I'll probably elucidate this further, but I don't think this film was necessarily, it should be acknowledged that part of the reason why I don't like this film is subjective. But I think, on two levels, I don't like it. I don't think it's a good film, but I also don't think it's my kind of film. I would probably say that most of why I don't like it is subjective.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what about you, Luke?
No, yeah. I think that is fair. Look, I don't think it's a good movie, but I recognise it's not for me. It's meant for middle-aged women and homosexuals, and of course we are neither of those. Yeah. It's just not my cup of tea, and I don't think it's a good movie either. So yeah, I would say I definitely did not like it.
Yes, but nitpicks basically.
Yeah.
So
how many have you got?
For some reason, Luke, I didn't have any. I couldn't.
Oh.
I guess the thing is I'm sure they were there, but I couldn't identify. The one thing I wrote down under nitpicks, I literally just wrote I can't believe I'm watching this out of choice. Because I remember the last time I watched it was because I was pretty much forced to watch it. And I was just like, I can't believe I'm going back to this. And yeah, that's not really a nitpick. But what were your nitpicks, or how many did you have, and what were they, Luke?
So I have 3 nitpicks, and I also had 1 lit pick.
Oh yeah, okay, a lit pick.
Lit
That's
pick,
good.
a new thing that we started doing last week.
Yes, right.
So, okay. The first one is, how does Sophie, who's of course the daughter in this movie, how does she figure out all these guys' last names? Because obviously in the diary, Donna just writes Sam and Bill, doesn't give their last names. Secondly, how does she figure out where they all live? I doubt the island has internet, and obviously, I think even if it did, it'd be pretty hard to find out their address. So I just think it's already, like, in the first 2 minutes, that's what I was thinking. Like, how does she figure out, like, all these guys' names and addresses? And then, yeah, I think it's the premise is thin, but even the idea of getting them all on the island, I think, doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Would you say that Jurassic Park 3 has a better excuse for them to go to the island?
Go to the island. Yeah, I get. Well, the thing is, they've got an excuse. It's just like, how does she figure it out?
Yeah, they probably.
Go on, Michael, explain that.
No, sorry, no. I was actually not going to try and explain. Well, I could try and explain it, but I was going to say they probably could have got like some kind of entertainment value out of making the process of her actually finding out more of a part of the story.
Okay.
Rather than just having it be. But
That's
okay, so
point.
if I was gonna try and give an explanation, I would say this, like, so basically she looked through all of the old hotel records because did they all stay at the hotel? That's the question. If they all stayed at the hotel, then my fan theory as a fan of this film is that she looked through all of the hotel records for those people's names around the time they would have stayed there, and then she found the address by she got a phone book. She ordered a phone book from the United Kingdom from her pen pal. She said, "Hey pen pal, send me a phone book from the United Kingdom," and that explains. There you go, Luke. That explains both. That's how she did it.
The phone book doesn't cover the addresses.
Does it not? I don't know. I thought they were kind of, because in Terminator he uses a phone book to find Sarah Connor's address.
Okay, maybe that's.
I mean, to be honest, Luke, it's hard to say because we don't know much about phone books.
No, we don't.
I mean, I've never seen a phone book. I'm told they once existed.
Yeah, I've seen them in The Simpsons, animated of course, but I've seen them. So, second nitpick: Sophie's art is not that good. I don't think she has talent like Pierce Brosnan seems to think. Like, she does like a quick sketch of him, and then he's like, "Oh, look at this! This is amazing!" It's just like, I'm pretty sure like the average person could do something quite similar.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. I was thinking that actually when I saw it. I was like, "Oh,
yeah." And my third nitpick is Sophie's fiance Sky. I think has probably the worst stag do ever. He dresses up in masks and swings off buildings. Like, I don't think that's how, for your last night of freedom, it's not how you should probably spend it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to be honest, like, the swinging part sounds quite fun. You know, what I would like to do is go down to the old watering hole and swing on a tire swing into the lake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we used to do in the summer, down by the old watering hole.
Yeah, down by the old watering hole. So there we go. That's my nitpicks, and of course I have one lit pick. Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't expect us to bring back the lit picks.
Well, it's here now, and it's here to stay. I have actually, Michael, been to the church at the end of the movie where Meryl Streep and Pierce Brosnan get married. I have actually been to that church in Greece. I was on the beach that looks at it. I didn't actually go up and see the church. My parents did, but I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, it's just an interesting little fact there.
Well, you know what, Luke? I saw a billion churches while I was in Bruges.
Yeah, but did you see the one where they film Mamma Mia?
No, I saw the one where they filmed in Bruges.
Did you actually?
Yeah. Well, I think so. The church they go to in Bruges, I think I'm right in remembering, is the Basilica of the Holy Blood, which is
Yes.
a church. And yeah, I went into that. I went into a lot of places because basically all the churches were free. I think all of them were free.
Yeah.
And,
why would they be? Why would they cost?
Okay, so actually no, one of them wasn't free. There we go. That's why I'm doubting
It's
myself.
not very Christian.
I know. Well, the thing is, actually, to its credit, it was like a church that seemed to function more as like a museum than a church, because it had loads of kind of text around it that said like told you little facts. And that was the Church of Our Lady, which, as we learned in Bruges, is the second tallest brick structure in the world. How incredible! What a great fact!
Stop ruining this Mamma Mia podcast with your fucking Bruges facts, Michael.
Actually, yeah, that's true. People, I'm going to give it all away before the travel vlog.
Yeah.
As I'm dubbing it. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool that you went there, I guess.
Yeah, it is quite cool.
Literally, did you know it was the church they filmed on Mamma Mia when?
My mum told me.
Okay, so because I was wondering if it was just like like if so did they kind of go up there, like, oh, that's the church where they filmed Mamma Mia?
Yeah. So they went up, they climbed all those stairs you see, and went up and visited the church. I just stayed on the beach because I wasn't bothered. See, I mean, it didn't look like from the film. It didn't look like an especially interesting church. Nah, it was just I would think the view outside the church would probably be nicer than the church itself. But walking around Greece, everything looks the same. Like there's islands and sea and hills. It's just not worth it, really. Yeah, Greece. What is there to see in Greece? What is there to see? Like that's the thing. Like you're constantly going from like island to island on ferries. It's just like, oh, look at this view. It's no different to the one you could have seen like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna guess that the Parthenon is probably the thing. Yeah. Like, I guess you didn't. I feel like the islands are probably more boring. Did you see a Minotaur? I did not see a Minotaur. No, I did not. Yeah. You know what? Actually, here's what they should have, Luke. I mean, here's what we should start. We should start a kind of Odyssey themed. We should buy multiple islands, and we should use advanced cloning techniques to bring back, Minotaurs and the Medusa and sirens and all that stuff, and we should have them on these islands. It should be like, oh, come do the Greek experience of, and you can go to each island. What should we call it? I think we should call it Philip and the Clone of Greekus Rex. That's great. I didn't think you were going to go down that route, so that was good. I enjoyed that. Well, that's one of the best little bits in The Simpsons ever. What an idiot stuff. So anyway, good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. The movie. I guess we'll talk about the plot. Pretty simple. Yes. Yeah. So her daughter, Meryl Streep's daughter, who's called Sophie, played by Amanda Seyfried, invites her 3 suspected fathers. She doesn't know which one is which, or which one is her father, to her wedding, so her father can give her away because she thinks it's really important and completes her, or she doesn't know who she is as a person, basically. I think that's her reasoning. And obviously, all sorts of shenanigans go down with her mother, who of course is seeing these 3 men she slept with 20 years ago. It's pretty much it, really. Nothing really happens apart from that. And yeah, it's a musical, obviously. We need to point that out. Like, people are not just here for the plot. Well, I'd hope not. They're here for music as well. And obviously, therefore, the plot maybe takes a backseat, but it's an incredibly empty movie. Like, there's just nothing that really happens at all. Yeah. You know what, Luke? I do want to say, just as a compliment, something I was thinking is that I do kind of like the premise of this film. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah. It's like, oh, you know what? That is something that I guess could be fun, or could be something that I'd watch for 2 hours, but this movie did not deliver. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it had the musical element. I think
The weird thing is, I mean, I want to talk about this. I don't know if you want to talk about under characters, but the one thing that the film seems to try and do as almost like a bit of a B plot is that it, like, for a second introduces the idea that Sky is, like, upset and angry about something because
that's
conflict.
Sophie's fiance. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically nothing kind of happens of it. Like, he's like, I'm upset and I don't know if I love you. And then literally the next
he didn't say that.
scene, he says, there is a line, like, it's not literally, I don't know if I love you, but it's something about not being sure about something. Yeah, it's not literally, I don't know if I love you, but it's something, Luke. Anyway, but the thing is, like, he says, like, that I think he says, like, there are problems in the relationship. Something basic like that. But then, yeah, literally the next scene you see him in, he's like, oh yeah, we're getting married. No complaints here. Just gonna get married. And it's like, okay, well, that was kind of pointless.
I'll talk about him a bit later on in the character.
Yeah, I thought we would talk about him a bit later. The other thing I want to say, she seems really enthusiastic about her mum slutting it up. Like, the bit when they're doing, like, the ... bit, and I'm like, okay, but you realise, like, okay, like...
That's your mum, right?
Yeah, is the joke is ... means they had sex, but, like, her and her friends are going, like, ... and all laughing about it, and I think, like, you know, I mean, it's your mum, she's banging all these guys. I mean, I'm not going to slut shame, but I don't think, as a child, it should be something that you're, like, hey, look at this, look at all the guys she banged.
Yeah, that... thing is that scene, I was like, wait, obviously, because we are males, and obviously we wouldn't do that about our mums if that was the case. But like, go ... But I'm wondering, like, it got me thinking: is it different for women, like them mums? If they were doing like that, and I was like, it can't be. Like, it must still be really awkward, like, to think about that. And yeah, it was like ... Nah, I'm sorry. Like, there's no way a child would be that enthusiastic about their mum having sex with some 3 random guys, regardless of gender. Just, yeah, I agree with you on that point.
Yes, very enthusiastic. And to be honest, you could make an argument. It feels like almost contrived enough to be a setup for some kind of weird incestuous porno, couldn't you, Luke?
You know what, Michael? I didn't think that. I did not think that.
I thought it for every second of the film. Okay. It's like, because there's 3 guys, and you know what 3 guys means, Luke? 1 for every hole.
Yeah, so
that would be good. I think a good twist would be if she had sex with all of them at the same time, and they were equally enthusiastic about it.
No, but right. Like, here's the thing: like, they don't know that. Okay, right. There you go. This is the creepy section. Well, not the creepy section of the podcast. The section of the podcast where we talk about stuff that potentially could be creepy if you had a weird mind.
Yeah,
so, like, she's
a weird, freaky, disgusting mind.
Yeah, like, she's on the boat, right, with these 3 middle-aged guys in her, like, bathing suit, and, like, they don't have a clue that any one of them could be their dad, and we'll get onto that later.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like. And then she's dancing with Stellan Skarsgård on the table, like, and it's like, yeah, but he doesn't know that you could be her daughter, his daughter, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I think this movie is just like, it's just,
and she's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm allowed to say that because she was about the same age I was then. But yeah, like, I also assume that, you know,
she is.
Exactly the same age, yeah.
Not exactly, but you know.
Yeah, down to the day. But yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I assume that
I don't know.
That even 50-year-old Colin Firth can still work out that Amanda Seyfried is pretty sexy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, what if one of these fathers, like, went for it with... Actually, no. Well, she's getting married. Maybe they're respectful. But what if one of them isn't respectful?
Yeah, what if isn't respectful?
Pierce Brosnan already cheated on his fiancée with her mum, so, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever seen the film Old Boy?
No.
Okay, so you should watch the film Old Boy, because I don't want to spoil it, but all I want you to know is that the comparison between this film and the film Old Boy is hilarious. If you'd seen the film Old Boy, you'd realize that the comparison I'm making is hilarious. So just imagine you've seen the film Old Boy and think...
a father have sex with
Yeah, okay.
daughter.
I'll just reveal the twist. It's actually a weird film, a very weird film.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, if that's the twist, that
yeah,
it will be a
well,
weird film.
The twist is that so a guy, actually Josh Brolin, as it happens. Although I should clarify, this is an American remake of a Korean film,
Yeah.
so the Josh Brolin's in the American version. Basically, he is locked in a hotel room for 20 years, and then he's let out, and he is basically kind of like tricked by this evil psychopath guy into having sex with his own daughter, because his daughter was like a baby when he was locked away, and then 20 years later he comes out. And it's a weird film, Luke.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird film, to be honest.
But it has got Josh Brolin just punching people in the face
That's good.
and banging his daughter.
That reminds me of a joke in Family Guy when Quagmire gives away his daughter to a foster home, and then he says, "I'll see her in 18 years" or something like that. And it's like, oh wow, okay, I didn't. That's a
wow.
that right there's a risky joke. What?
Yeah, wow, Family Guy.
Wow, yep. No, the thing is, CinemaSins also pointed out that, like,
what in the did they do a Mamma Mia review?
Yeah, they did a Mamma Mia, Everything Wrong With, and they said like she's like on a boat, like in a bathing suit, and with these three guys just all day. It's just like, and obviously they don't know she's their fucking hell. They don't know that she might be one of their daughters. So yeah, just very unusual. To be honest.
A lot of sexual tension.
Yeah. I just want to say, actually, Michael, before we move on, that Dylan, I've got a story about Dylan and Mamma Mia.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, this has got to be great.
It was before I left him, and we were talking about what movies we were reviewing, me and you, and obviously I said, well, we've got Mamma Mia coming up, and I thought it would be so on brand for Dylan to have seen it at the cinema, like, because he's gay.
Yes.
Yeah, he likes that stuff. So I asked him, and sure enough, he'd gone and seen it with his mum when it came out. And yeah, I just thought, of course he had. Like, I could have, of all the movies that Dylan would see at the cinema, it was Mamma Mia.
Yeah, well, I mean, the question is, was this during a period where he didn't have any strong male influence in his life?
He's never had a strong male influence. That's the fucking problem.
What about Ruben?
Ruben, I would not call a strong male influence.
Wasn't he a pimp? Didn't he rob Dylan's mum?
Yep. I'm just like that. Like, if my mum said, "Do you want to go see this movie?" I'd be like, obviously I wouldn't know what it was until I saw it, but I would hope my reaction would be, "No fucking way, are you serious?"
Yeah.
Yeah. His mum has done a number on him.
Yeah, well, she also told him to vote for the Conservatives. And he did.
Well, it's not really down to him being emasculated. It's more down to him just doing whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. She also told him to have sex with a man.
He always tells me how his mum really wanted to go.
Really?
Yeah, it's like,
that is so funny.
Really wanted to go. So, oh my god, Dylan, I feel so sorry for you. Yeah. So anyway, back to Mamma Mia. I just want to talk about the one of the reasons why I did not like this movie, and this movie wasn't for me. It had that, like, the women banter. I don't know how to phrase it.
Are you saying women aren't funny, Luke?
Women are funny, but certain kinds of banter are funny only for women, and obviously there was a lot of that in this movie, and that's fine. Like, women should be catered
about, like,
for.
Films like The View? No, not films, but TV shows like The View, and have you the Simpsons episode where it's like a woman talk show? It's like, I don't care as long as he's a stud where it counts. I'm talking downtown.
I'm talking downtown. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? Well, I think, to be honest, there's a lot of crossover between fans of this movie and fans of Miranda Hart.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that kind of fucking makes me want to hang myself when I watch it. That kind of comedy which isn't funny. And you know what? By the way, Michael, Dylan told me he watched the first season of Miranda Hart.
Wow, I feel like this is really just our review of Dylan as a human being.
Well, the thing is, like, he's watched this movie and he likes it. I'm sure he does. He likes Eurovision as well. So this movie, we didn't really talk about Mamma Mia apart from that he's seen it, but this is right up his alley.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think it's fair to talk about him.
Yes, exactly. This is the type of film that would be enjoyed by people who want to see a little child do the whip and the nay-nay on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
I mean, I don't get that reference, but sure.
Well, Luke, you know what? Have you ever seen the Ellen DeGeneres show?
No.
I'll tell you something about the Ellen DeGeneres show. She tried to do... This isn't related to my whip or nay-nay comment. I guess that's just to do with the fact that she likes to have cute children do basically like anything that's current. So she had Hillary Clinton do the dab on her show. She brought Hillary Clinton on and had her do a little dab on the haters.
That sounds
and
like...
all the fans cheered. Like, yeah, woo, she's so... Oh, I've heard of the dab. My child, he watches the dab on his YouTubes when he's on the line. But anyway,
they said that in this movie.
Yeah, on the line. That was which actually, to be honest,
it's a word. It's not that hard.
That they did. I thought that was reasonably. I was okay with that as a joke. But yeah, you're right. Stupid women. But
okay. But I think you mischaracterized what I was saying.
No, I want to talk about Ellen DeGeneres, even though this is only tangentially related. If you can imagine me bringing something up that's only tangentially related. She tries to do like observational comedy. So it was after Donald Trump won the US election. One of the things that every late night comedian did is they came out and said, like, now's the time for us to be unified because, you know, no matter who you are or what you did or whatever else, you know, we've all had the same experiences. And then that is obviously an immediate setup to do some kind of observational comedy. So we've all had a blah, 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 blah. Everyone laughs. That was the standard joke on pretty much every talk show after Trump won. Ellen DeGeneres did it, but hers was, we've all had the experience of getting in the shower and then realizing you've left your towel on the other side of the bathroom and having to, you know, walk over there while getting as little water on the floor as possible. And I was thinking, you know, this isn't a very relatable, you know, the whole point is it's supposed to be relatable observational comedy. And basically what she's saying is, you know when you've left your towel all the way on the other side of your bathroom, you only got to walk across your giant bathroom to go get your towel. And I was thinking, like, I'm pretty sure anywhere where I put, like, where I shower in my house, if I were to put my towel anywhere in that room, I could probably do a step and a reach and get it.
Yeah.
But yes, I just found it funny that she was so bad at just doing the most basic levels of, like, relatable humor.
You know, like it's 10 meters across your bathroom, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get your butler to get it for you.
Yeah, it's just
and it weighs so much because it's made of solid gold.
Yeah. So there you go. That is a bit of Ellen DeGeneres. So yeah, Mamma Mia. Basically, it's the Greek Hollywood version of Jeremy Kyle with music. I think we can all agree on that.
It is, although there's not really as much swearing as that.
And that's why I said the Hollywood version.
Oh yeah, okay, Hollywood. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Americans don't swear.
No, they don't.
You're right. Although they are all British instead of American.
Yeah.
So they should be like, "Oi, you fucking cunt! I heard you was my dad."
So, okay. Like I've said before, this movie is pretty empty. Not a lot going on. But one thing that I did point out and was thoroughly annoyed with throughout the whole movie. Okay, so basically, obviously musicals are not really about the plot, but one of the major reasons why I did not like this movie, it had nothing to do with the musicals, the humor, the concept, or whatever. It's the fact that, and maybe you can agree with me on this, all the main characters apart from the daughter, are so unbelievably stupid. Like, genuinely stupid. And I mean, I don't think I would have liked it anyway, but I'm pretty sure this, like, just ruined it. I just couldn't get engaged in a movie when the characters are just, like, so oblivious to, like, stuff that happens around them. So, for example, like the fathers, like, they don't seem bothered about being lied to by Sophie. So they've come all this way, spent all that money, and they just say, oh yeah, it was actually the daughter that invited you, not the mother, Donna. And also they don't question why she lied to them to get them here on the island. Like, they just, oh, you were the one who sent that invite. Okay. That's it. Like, they seem uninterested in her age, but obviously they know she's around 20 years old, and that they slept with her mother 20 years ago. So I'm thinking, like, how did they not put two and two together?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Like, you're right. I have no idea why they
Yeah.
were just like, oh, you invite. Like, I would assume that the minute she was like, oh, I invited you, they'd be like, why?
Yeah,
why
why?
did you invite us? But yeah, they're literally just like, oh, you invited us, not her. That's
Yeah.
Well, ain't that something?
And even if she didn't answer, you should be able to work out, wait, like, could I be your dad? Is that why you invited me here? And even if, like, they didn't know that she invited them here, they must also think, wait, could I be your dad? It's like, it's not until like one day later do they actually ask. I think it's Colin Firth asks, wait, who is your father? And then she says, I don't know. It's like, well, you know what? You should have probably asked that like 24 hours ago or whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, they acted like that. Then there's Donna, who, of course, is played by Meryl Streep, who I think would probably be the world's worst detective. So, 3 men she slept with 20 years ago show up in the same room at the same time a couple of days before her daughter's wedding. And she thinks it's an insane coincidence and believes all of their stories about why they are here on this island. Which, by the way, none of which actually explain why they are in her goat room together. Like, she says in a song after that she does it's a trick of fate. But, obviously, her daughter complains afterwards about not knowing her father, like, throughout the next couple of days. That's what she's saying to her mother.
Yeah.
How does she not put it all together and work out that her daughter invited them to the wedding? How does she not work that out? Tell me, Michael, how?
Well,
it's not
basically,
until the wedding where she's like, oh, you invited them.
Here's my theory. She's an idiot.
Yes, she is.
Like all women. This is going to be the sexism episode.
Oh, God. So, yeah, we've already shat on fucking Miranda, haven't we?
Women not being funny. Now we've got to shit on them.
I don't think I said that, Michael. If that's your position, then take it. But, don't drag me into that same position.
No comment.
I know. So, I think any rational person would have figured out what was going on sooner. Like, probably within 10 minutes. Well,
yeah.
Like what's she called? Fucking Amanda Seyfried. Sophie. What Sophie had done. But it takes the fathers a day to figure it out. It takes Donna 2 fucking days to figure out her daughter was the one who invited them to the wedding. And yeah, it was just, like, there was nothing going on in this movie apart from songs, but that annoyed me. It just annoyed me how she could be so oblivious to everything that was going on around her, Donna, and to a lesser extent the 3 potential fathers as well.
You know, this conversation is really making me want a kebab. A nice...
Why, because of Greece?
No, because of Donna.
Oh.
I don't know why every single time you say Donna, I just think like, Donna kebab.
God.
You know what it is? It's because there's an in Coronation Street, there used to be a kebab shop called Prima Donna, and the
yes,
Donna
I remember that.
The Donna was spelled D-O-N-N-E-R, and so whenever anyone says the word Donna, I always think of that shop and the delicious kebabs they serve there.
Yes, so I assume you agree with me.
Yeah,
that.
They are stupid. I wouldn't say... I think I'd probably say that it didn't affect my enjoyment of the film quite as much as I think it affected yours. I noticed it, and I did think it was bad, but I was kind of just like... I'm trying to think of a good way of phrasing it, but I feel like it's almost... I guess you could say it's kind of... There's a certain suspension of disbelief with a film that's this kind of... cheesy. I guess cheesy is the right word. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it was good, but I'd say it's kind of like there's a general stupidity that just comes with making a fun film.
No, yeah. There are some things which obviously you have to just let go by the wayside because it's meant to be a fun musical. It's meant to be a happy film. But like, I'm sorry, I can't like turn my brain off. I'm just thinking like when she's talking to Pierce Brosnan, like, how do you not know? Like, that she was invited, he was invited by your daughter. Like, how do you not know that?
Yeah.
It's just, it's frustrating. But, like, even if that hadn't been the case, I still wouldn't have enjoyed it. Hello.
Hey, Luke, I was listening to that song by Gnarls Barkley. The one that goes, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
But what did you do? What did you say?
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Or did you walk or did you run away?
Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
Where are you now? Where have you been?
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Did you go alone or did you bring a friend?
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know that song, don't you?
No.
Anyway, so speaking of singing songs, music.
Yeah, so...
Oh, actually, Luke, I wanted to say something. You know what? You've just reminded me, or I've just reminded me, really.
Okay.
So, when we did Daddy's Home, one of your criticisms was that, and also when we did La La Land, so you've said that Mark Wahlberg can't sing. You've also said Ryan Gosling can't sing, or can't sing that well.
Did I?
So you said he didn't sing that great.
Oh, fair enough.
But, okay,
Must
here's my
be true
question.
then.
Pierce Brosnan. He was not singing well, right?
Okay, we were going to talk about this in the character thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
But
Because I was thinking that could have been one of my nitpicks, but...
Well, since you brought it up, I'll just say it. He can't sing. And
Yeah.
he sings, like, really weirdly. It's like
It's
he's
the
putting on
worst
an
singing.
accent while he's doing it. So, anyway, onto the music. Or the
Yeah.
musicals or whatever. So, obviously, this movie was originally a musical. Became a film. And there are a total of 24 songs in this movie. That is correct.
Wow. That's terrible.
And I think it would be good if we went through each song for like a minute, or maybe
Yeah,
not
that's
each
fine.
song, and just
Yeah.
talked about it for a bit. So the first one, actually, we'll skip the "I Have a Dream" one because that's
No,
right at
actually,
the
I
beginning.
want to talk about it. Because,
Alright.
okay, here's the thing, okay. I wrote down two very contradictory things in my section on the music. The first one I wrote is that a lot of the music already kind of works as musical music. And the reason why I wrote that is because the I Have a Dream song sounds like it was written for a musical.
Yes.
And I thought, I was kind of, because I couldn't remember the rest of the songs, and at that point I was thinking, oh, this is going to work, you know? This music, it really works with the, you know, in a musical format. And then later on, as we'll see, my opinion changed slightly.
So the next one is "Honey, Honey," which is Sophie, Ali, and Lisa. Those are the
Right,
two
is that right?
bridesmaids.
Honey, honey, ta, 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 ta,
Yeah.
honey, no. Okay, yeah. I'm going to
This
see if
is-
I can remember the songs, because I don't know much about ABBA.
Honey, honey, how he thrills me. Honey, honey.
I know you're a huge fan.
Yeah, this is just after they would talk about their mums, or Sophie's mum's sexual exploits.
This one's okay. I think this one works. At this point, I was still kind of on board with the musical format, I think.
Honey. Yeah. So the next one rhymes with "honey, honey."
There
It's
we go.
Money, money, money.
This
Okay,
one is
yes.
the most forced in nonsense.
I can't. But like, I was thinking when they were singing this, like, wait, what has this got to do with money? Obviously, she doesn't have a lot of money, but
Yeah.
what has that got to do with like the rich man's world part?
It's literally so dumb because it's like the line is basically everything's broken. I don't have any money, and I have cancer. I got breast cancer, and I'm dying. No, it's like I don't have money. Money, money must be funny in a rich man's world.
Money, money, money must be funny in a rich man's world.
And it's just like none of it works at all. Like none of it. It doesn't work at all.
Yeah,
They
I
should
was,
have had another character sing this song. They should have had one of their friends should have been a gold digger. That would have made so much more sense.
Yeah. Well, one of their friends was a gold digger.
Yeah, you're right. Why
So-
isn't she?
It was Donna who started singing it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she's singing it because she hasn't got enough money to pay for the hotel. But yeah, like you say, then she
Yeah.
starts.
It should be. I forget. It's either Tanya or Rosie. I'm guessing it was Tanya because that's before Rosie. So that was the one who was divorced, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
To be honest, don't worry about it too much.
So like she was. Don't think. Yeah, that's good advice. So she was divorced, and obviously, she could be giving advice to Donna about how, or what you need to do is you need to find a rich husband, and then
If I were a rich man,
and then divorce him because you know you can have all the money, and then you can break into the song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That would solve
I mean,
the
to be honest,
problem.
it would still be pretty. Like the real solution is just not to have the song in there because no matter what, it's still kind of like
Yeah.
completely irrelevant.
So
Yeah.
this song is all about fucking happiness and love. Like money just seems to be just jammed in there. Like this really doesn't fit in with the whole rest of the movie.
If I had a little money.
Next up is Mamma Mia.
Yeah, I mean this one I guess
You have
works.
to do it.
How many of the so I kind of noticed at this point some of the lyrics seem to be changing. I couldn't really because obviously like I said I do not know much about ABBA. I couldn't tell exactly how many of the lyrics were being changed, but there were like some things that obviously seem to be changed. I don't really have much to say about that, but I guess I mean did you see anything about
No, I mean
that, Luke?
like that's the most famous song probably. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the title of the fucking next movie. So yeah,
And this movie. It's also the title of this movie.
it's the title. But yeah, the actual lyrics are in the title of the next movie. Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Mamma mia, here I go again.
Yeah, so
My.
had to be in there. No complaints there. Then we got Chiquita.
Yeah, I've never even heard.
Chiquita?
Well, I've obviously heard this song before because
Like,
I've seen the film
forgotten
before.
it.
But
Sing it again.
yeah, I genuinely can't. It's like, see, I thought they were going to sing like the Fernando song, like. Dun, 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 dun. No, I can't remember it too well. No, but the important thing is, Luke, that I honestly was like, I didn't even recognize the song. I don't think this song is like I don't exactly know what are the most famous ABBA songs, but I really feel like this isn't one of them.
Yeah. I would not disagree with you.
Very, very very, very forgettable.
Next up, we have Dancing Queen, which I think is probably the second most famous.
And it's also, this one also feels quite forced in, if I remember correctly. Like they literally just, is it, are they singing it to Sophie?
No, it's Tanya, Rosie,
Okay.
and Donna, which means
Okay, I couldn't
Tanya
remember.
I think it's when they're trying to pick her up when she's like
Yeah.
crying in the bathroom or something.
It literally doesn't, this one also feels like so forced.
Yeah. Next up,
Queen,
the thing is about the Dancing Queen one actually. It's
on the tambourine, oh yeah. You can dance.
but she's not 17 anymore.
Yeah.
She's 48. I don't know how old she is.
You're only 48, oh yeah.
So next up is Our Last Summer, which was Harry, Bill, Sam, Sophie, and Donna, which I forgot about. I think.
Is this the one where he's kind of playing it on the guitar?
Yeah, probably.
This one worked better in terms of like how it kind of slotted in there.
Yes, I think that it did. It like obviously covered the bit when they were on the boat. So yeah, good stuff. Thumbs up for that one. Next up is Lay All Your Love on Me by Sky and Sophie. That was
Is
when
this the one where there's like the oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong bit. Yeah, okay, I got you. And they meet on the beach.
yeah, when we're on the beach. The thing is that happens. I remember like 2 seconds after
After the
they
first song.
finished
I
Our
mean, the
Last
last
Summer.
song.
Yeah, it's like fucking hell, like can we have a bit of a break?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They needed to do the La La Land approach where they have like 3 songs at the beginning and then nothing, and then like another like one last song at the end.
Yeah. So next up is Super Trooper, and that was Donna, Tanya, and Rosie.
Excuse me, they're actually Donna and the Dynamos.
Well, is it not just the Dynamos? Is it Donna and the Dynamos?
I think it is, which is kind of like, why is she the main one? Because she's the main character.
Yeah, because she's the main character.
Yeah, I mean, like this one, you can't really complain that it's out of place because the premise is they're literally just singing a song. But
Yeah. This
I guess
would
you
work
could say
if it
it's-
wasn't a musical. Yeah.
yeah, it's not much of a hen party song, really, is it?
It's not much of a fucking
You're
stag
a
party.
super trooper that you're gonna find you like the diamond do. I don't know.
Hen parties must be, and stag parties must be shit in Greece. That's all I can take from this movie.
Yeah, unless you're going to Shagaloof.
Well, is that in Greece?
I don't actually know. There is one in Greece, I know that. Where are they going in between us?
Oh, I
The
don't know.
first one. I don't know. Where are they going in between us? I think that's in Greece because it's shit.
Yeah, that would make sense. Next up is Gimme Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight.
Oh yeah, and this is when they're like raping Spine's Forkbeard. I've forgotten his name.
That's pronunciation of Stellan Skarsgård's name.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, which is very weird. Like they were just fucking tying up these like middle-aged men, all these young women. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What's happening
Pretty
here?
sexy.
Pretty damn sexy. It's nothing
Gimme,
better
gimme,
than
gimme a
Colin Firth.
man after midnight.
You know, actually, my English teacher, yeah, that was it. She said that she was attracted to Colin Firth.
Yeah, well, okay, so I know, like, there are a few people who are attracted. In fact, I'd say quite a reasonable number of people are attracted to Colin Firth. I mean, Colin Firth was half the viable options in the film Bridget Jones's Diary, with the other half being Hugh Grant.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, if you can compete with Hugh Grant, not bad.
Doing well for yourself.
Yeah, could you compete with Hugh Grant, Luke?
I mean, probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, I don't know. How is he
Yeah.
looking these days?
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, nowadays he's actually just about old enough to star in the remake of the film Stars and Bars that I want to make.
Huh. Oh, fair enough. By the way, little thing about Hugh Grant. He's his Twitter name, I believe, is @HackedOffHugh, which is funny because I think it's like obviously the whole reason why it's HackedOffHugh is because he got hacked, and he decided to make that his Twitter handle.
Hilarious. I did not know he had been hacked, but
Yeah, been hacked by like the News of the World and the Daily Mirror and all that.
I wish they would. I hope they stealed his nudes. They
Yeah.
steal his nudes.
I just think it's funny that like your Twitter handle is something that's happened to you. I don't think anyone else has got that.
I'd write Born Michael.
Hugh Grant is a true pioneer. Next up
hold
is
on.
Voulez-vous.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce
C'est
soir? That's not the song. I actually I know the song, but I can't think of how it goes. I've got the Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir song
Wait,
in my head.
What was
instead.
this one? Fucking
This one
everyone's
was-
involved.
You know what, Luke? I can't remember the tune. Oh, it's Voulez-vous.
Did this happen at night
Voulez-vous.
or in the morning?
I think it happened tonight. There's gonna be a fight tonight. We're gonna something tonight. Do 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 do. Tonight.
Shall we
It
move
all
on?
began tonight. Yeah, I
Uh,
got lots of the lyrics wrong there.
Next up is The Name of the Game by Amanda Seyfried and Sophie.
Oh yeah, the name of the game is to maintain and regain control of your mainframe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know that, so I can't remember that song at all.
No. See, there's many songs here which I just can't remember. I remember
The name
SOS,
of
which was the next one.
That's the name of the game. SOS, SOS, please someone help me. It's not healthy for me to feel this. Why, oh, you are making this hard. You got me tossing and turning, can't sleep at night. It's time, boys, someone come
Michael.
rescue me. It's by Rihanna.
I think you're losing track of why we're here.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so SOS, how's it going? I'm gonna force you to. No, I can't remember though.
There's a song by Take That called SOS,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's just like I can see it in my head. I can actually see this in my head. Like Pierce Brosnan is outside of a house and Meryl Streep's inside the house, and they keep on like shouting SOS at each other.
Today this could be.
No,
They should do. You know what, Luke? We should do a Take That jukebox musical. Cause it would work so well, Luke.
yeah, it would work so well.
And
So
we have the song where they randomly sing about money in there.
this was the first song in which I realised that Pierce Brosnan had trouble singing.
Oh, this song. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to this song because I was distracted by the fact Pierce Brosnan can't sing.
Okay, so the next one actually, I actually have something to say about it.
Okay.
It's the Does Your Mother Know song, which is by Tanya and Pepper, who is the black guy, the only
Yes.
black guy on Grease.
Yes.
So on this group.
Anyway, is he called Pepper?
He's called Pepper.
Did they call him Black Pepper?
No, just Pepper. I thought that was a girl's name, by the way. I didn't know you could
Yeah.
call
Pepper. Did they call him Pepper Potts?
yeah, Pepper Potts. So this
Pot calling the kettle black.
this song should have been cut because it has nothing to do with the movie. It's nothing to do with the main plot. It's just like Tanya singing about how Pepper is a kid, and even though he wants to have sex with her, he can't because he's too young. But that's got nothing to do with the rest of the movie, Michael. And it takes up like 4 minutes. And I'm just there like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, like that whole thing was so. So I think we can talk about it when we talk about their characters, but yeah, that whole kind of like whole thing was just bizarre.
Just bizarre. Like, why is that in there?
There is actually a term for this, which was coined by, do you know Lindsay Ellis?
Yes.
Okay, so she uses the term, I think it's big pink-lipped alligator moment, and it comes from a film which I can't remember, but there was like a kids show, or kids film, that had a musical, and basically there's a bit in it where the character meets a big pink-lipped alligator, and it starts singing a completely random song that has nothing to do with it, and it's basically so that it's now been used by her, and I guess probably some other people maybe, because everyone knows Lindsay Ellis, to describe a musical number in a musical film where literally just the entire plot stops so that a fun, quirky number can happen. I'm trying to think of another good example, but I guess maybe like, I don't know, the King Louis bit in Jungle Book, something like that.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of musicals, to be honest, Michael. Slipping Through My Fingers is the next one with Donna and Sophie. That's about Donna being upset that Sophie is growing up.
I don't remember that, Luke. To be honest, I think you're making some of these up.
No, it's when she's like, she's got a cut on her leg and she's putting a plaster on Sophie's leg is Donna. And like she's in it. Right, so Sophie's lying on the bed with a towel on, and then Donna's like, oh, she cut her leg. I don't know how she cut her leg, and she's putting the plaster on.
Okay, I remember, like, so this is the morning after the hen do.
Yeah.
And they're like, I remember kind of like Donna being a bit drunk or something. I remember like everyone lying around feeling a bit drunk. I guess, I have a vague memory of this alleged
it's
song.
Not the morning after.
Oh, well, I'm wrong about this then, Luke.
Yeah, like, you are wrong. You are completely wrong, Michael.
I don't remember it. And that's the film's fault.
So this song actually does make sense, because obviously that's something that I imagine a lot of parents go through.
Yeah.
When their kids getting married, oh, I'm losing them, all that shit. So yeah, it's fine. Next up is, I think it's worse than the Money, Money, Money one.
Okay, I feel like
Yeah, it's The Winner Takes It All.
Yes, I wrote that too.
Performed by Donna. Which, okay, so she's singing about, the winner takes it all, the loser takes the fall, which has nothing to do with her situation of not getting along with Pierce Brosnan.
It is the worst. I wrote that down as a particular example of those are the two I wrote down.
What does the winner take, Donna? Who's the winner? Who's the loser in this situation? Who's the loser in this situation? Like, you're having a dispute, he wants to get back together, you don't. What the fuck does the winner takes it all? What does that have to do with it?
You know what we should do, Luke? We should do a Linkin Park jukebox musical.
Do you just really want to do a jukebox?
I'm going to suggest jukebox musicals. Just for the rest.
That's what you can do, just
every now and then.
Musical. Next up is I Do by Sam and Donna. That's when Pierce Brosnan proposes.
I do. I
don't think that's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm singing the song Yabba-doo. Yabba-doo, do, 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 do. Anyway.
Next up is When It's All Said and Done, again by Sam and Donna.
That sounds like a Linkin Park song. When it's all said and done, I realized that I hated myself. Rest in peace, though, because he's dead.
Next up is Take a Chance on Me, which again, it's started by Rosie, who wants to get with Bill, that's Skarsgård's character.
Yeah, this is out of place too.
Yeah, again, like, out of place, like, what? Just have to have something happen at the end, I guess. And the thing is, like, Bill doesn't want to be with her, but, like, by the second verse, he's like, you know what? Okay, why not?
Yeah, the lesson is that if at first they say no, do you want to hear a story about Take a Chance on Me? It's a pretty basic one. So my cousin got married last year. In fact, actually just over a year ago. I think she got married on the 15th of July.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the song that they were going to walk out to was Take a Chance on Me. But then everyone was like, no, you can't do that, because then it's like, it shouldn't be about taking a chance. It should be like, you should be certain. And how, like, okay, we're not going to do that.
They can do what they want.
Yeah. Thank you, Luke. You're a hero, Luke.
I am a hero.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, but I was in charge of playing the music. I was the DJ. So I didn't have a choice in the matter. So it wasn't like but basically they told me what to play, and I had the very important job. It was actually it is actually a very important job. I had the job of putting the thing into the CD. Putting the CD into the stereo, I don't know what it's called, CD player.
What is this, 2003?
Yeah, it is weird. It was crazy. And then I had to find the right track. Can you believe this? I had to find the right track and then play it. And I had to do all of this at the right time. And I was just like, this is a very scary job for me, because I'm not used to doing this. Like, I could have them walking down the aisle to some, like, because it was like, one of the CDs they gave me was kind of like, like a now that's what I call music. CD.
Yes.
So it was a huge variety of songs, and they could have been like walking down the aisle to Kanye instead of Taylor Swift. I can't actually remember even what the song they walked down the aisle to in the end was, but yeah.
That would be actually quite poetic.
I'd say she's a gold digger. Actually, yeah, Kanye and Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
connected.
Steals the light at the awards show, whatever. And at
Yo,
this wedding.
walk over to the priest and be like, I'm gonna let you finish, but Mamma Mia had the best wedding of all time.
Oh god. Yes. So next up is actually Mamma Mia, which is performed by the whole cast. And then the last one before the credits is I Have a Dream by Sophie again.
Yeah, she has a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners could live together in peace and harmony.
I think that's how it went. So that's basically it. Then we have the Dancing Queen again in the credits, and thank you for the music as well. But in between that,
I stopped watching it at that point.
Oh
Was
yeah,
there a mid-credit scene?
Nah,
Okay.
The thing is, they do a couple of credits and then they start up with the Dancing Queen again. So I was like, wait, what's happening here? But I'm pretty sure it was just like, it's after the movie's end. Like, the movie's done basically, which is why I didn't include it in my original 21. And I just want to say there's Waterloo as well in the credits.
Waterloo.
Which I always thought was Wanna Do.
Really?
No, not Waterloo. Because I was the thing is, like,
shock reveal.
Why would you sing a song about the Battle of Waterloo?
Because, Luke, the same reason that you would sing a song about the Battle of Thermopylae. Thermopylae, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
It was the first song, actually. Wait, let me get that up again. Sorry. Come on, you bastard, get up. Here we go.
Oh, we should do a Kanye West jukebox musical.
Oh, that'd be good. That actually might work.
Yeah.
It
could be about going to school, graduating from school, and then becoming a crazy person.
Yep. Waterloo was the first single to be credited to the group performing under the name ABBA. So there's some
their first
trivia.
Song. That's weird. Like, I mean, it's especially bold, like, for your first song. They didn't even have an established presence now. Like, okay, what should be the song that we pick as our breakout hit? And it's like, well, what about, yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure Sweden was on, like, the wrong side in the Napoleonic War.
They're always on the wrong side.
That's why they don't fight wars anymore.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't do it. Bless them.
Oh, God. So, there we go. There are all the songs. Some of them were egregious choices, like Money, Money, Money. And I think especially The Winner Takes It All. Because at least, like, the Money, 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 she didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
Winner Takes It All.
That's just baffling. That's just absolutely bizarre, crazy choice.
I hope someone was fired for that blunder.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, Michael. I hope people lose their jobs over this.
Yeah.
So, trying to go through the characters before we leave. Meryl Streep as Donna Sheridan, Sophie's mother, owner of the hotel Villa Donna. Is that what it's called? The Villa Donna. That's great. So yeah, like I said before, just no observation skills or problem solving skills, whatever. Genuinely quite dumb. And some people may call her a slut, Michael, but I don't, because I don't slut shame.
Well done, Luke.
Thank you.
I call her a whore.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't slut shame.
Is that better than a slut?
I whore shame.
You,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's kind of uninteresting, really.
Yeah.
I honestly, don't have, that much to say about her at all.
No, I mean, a lot of these characters are quite uninteresting, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But she's just, she gets married at the end, so I guess it all worked out for her. But
yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it didn't seem right that she would get married. That's not what the movie had been building up to. But
yeah,
that's what happened. Amanda Seyfried as Sophie Sheridan, Donna's 20-year-old daughter.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, Amanda Seyfried. And, she's she's good. She's probably the best
Would you like
singer.
to? Do you find Amanda Seyfried so Do you find Amanda Seyfried so attractive that you would be willing to start a animated TV show, have several unfunny have several unfunny spin-offs of that reality TV show, animated TV show, have several versions of that animated TV show that are basically just the same basic premise but different, and then from that make a mediocre film with Mark Wahlberg, and also you could eventually, someday, make a terrible Western film where you kiss Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, that's what it was. No, but Amanda Seyfried was the one who left him, though, in Wild Wild West or whatever it was called. What was it called? A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, but what happens is she gets jealous when she sees him with, I can't remember, who is the other one, Charlize Theron?
Yes.
What a ridiculous human being.
Seth MacFarlane he knows what he's doing, Michael. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So,
to be honest though, here's my question. Why doesn't A Million Ways to Die in the West end with the main character has to sing a Frank Sinatra style Big Show tune?
That would be a great way to end it.
Yeah, if Seth MacFarlane really knew what he was doing with that film.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Pierce Brosnan as Sam Carmichael, Sophie's possible father, and get this, Irish-American architect. So apparently he's meant to be Irish/American.
Yeah, why does that matter? That's such an irrelevant detail.
I know, but
And he's not American, is he? I mean, does he speak with an American accent?
What does he sound like? He sounds English, doesn't he?
I'm sure he sounds English.
Like, Irish-American? What? Maybe that's why he was putting on the accent, because the director told him, you know what, you gotta sound a bit Irish. So he tried his best.
I don't know, like, everyone else is British, why not just... And she's like, everyone's British, and he sounds British.
Because you need someone who's American, because you've got Colin Firth who's British, and Skarsgård's Swedish. So you need an American.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get one, so they were like, okay, Pierce Brosnan, you could be Irish-American. How about that?
You know what?
That works, right?
Sven Skarsgård should have starred as one of the hyenas in the live-action remake of The Lion King.
Uh-huh.
Because then he would have literally been Skarsgård.
That's great.
Terrible.
Colin Firth as Harry Bright, Sophie's possible father, and a British banker.
Yeah.
He's there.
Well, I mean, yeah, the trick is just to imagine that he is one of Colin Firth's other roles. But that's the character. So just whichever one you feel like having, and maybe it's that film where he plays a Japanese prisoner of war, World War II prisoner of war in a Japanese internment camp.
I was going to say, there's probably a lot of controversy around that. He was Japanese.
Yeah, he was. Or maybe it's the one where he plays a king who can't speak. Yes. Maybe it's the classic where he plays Bridget Jones's love interest.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Classic one. Stellan Skarsgård as Bill Anderson, Sophie's possible father, a Swedish sailor and travel writer. I like how the way all these people that John had sex with are all very successful, like an architect, a banker, and a travel writer.
Yeah, you know what? She should charge to have sex with people and be like, it's a worthy investment.
So you're saying she should be a whore?
Yeah,
it's just
that's one of the many internal inconsistencies of patriarchal misogyny. I think she should be a whore, but I will then berate her for being one.
Okay.
Classic. There's no escape from my masculine wrath.
Okay. Next up we have Dominic Cooper as Sky, Sophie's fiance who is designing a website for the hotel.
He looks a bit like Harry Styles.
He does look a bit like Harry Styles, yes. And I also like how, even though like should be like more of a main character because he is getting married to Amanda Seyfried, and that's the whole fucking point of the movie, or the whole reason why the movie's happening. He's just like so insignificant, and like at the end when all of her fathers like get up, to talk about who actually is your dad. Or you know what, we'll all be one third of your father or whatever, and he's just there, just standing there, like so irrelevant to all this, even though he should be saying something like, yeah, wait, is this why you got them all together? Actually, no, she already told him that actually. So yeah, forget that. But yeah, I just think he's very.
Yeah, he should have had a sentence to say in that scene.
Yeah, then Sophie decides for him that she's actually gonna she doesn't want to have the wedding after all.
Yeah, I like to
And he just
imagine
goes
he's just
along
like
with
really dumb. So it takes him ages to process anything she says. It's like, hey, let's not have a wedding. He's just like this dumb face, like, and then like 10 hours later, he's like, yeah, let's have the wedding later.
The thing is, like, she said that he didn't want to get married, but I'm guessing that he proposed to her, because that's normally the way it works. So what's the deal with that?
Maybe, well, like, okay, so I feel like sometimes, you ever seen the episode of The Simpsons where Principal Skinner proposes to Edna, and then he actually doesn't want to marry her?
Okay.
Simpsons can explain everything.
Next up, we've got Julie Walters as Rosie Mulligan, one of Donna's former bandmates.
Well, I felt like we should do both. Well, maybe. I was going to say we could do both of these people together,
Well,
because we don't know which one's which.
I thought she was going to be a lesbian. That's what I thought. Because she said she's unmarried, and I thought, yeah, she's going to be a lesbian. But she wasn't. Which is surprising.
Yeah, well done, film, by defying expectations by not having any LGBTQ representation.
I know, actually, like, Colin Firth at the end of the, what's it called? Take a Chance on Me song. Like, he jumps in, or he dances with a guy. Like, do you remember that?
To be honest, Luke, I don't, but I believe you that it happened.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, wait, is he gay? Is that what
That
this
would be
movie was
good.
trying to say?
Maybe they Albus Dumbledore'd us, where that we, canonically it's not true, but if we asked.
That's great. Yeah, I just like, I thought, wait, is he meant to be gay? I was surprised actually there wasn't anybody gay in this movie.
Yeah, it would have been a kind of like good way to wrap it up, because like if a guy is gay, then it means that he can not be in a relationship, but he doesn't have to be a lonely, sad single person.
Pierce Brosnan's got Donna, fucking
Sven Skarsgård's got the ocean.
No, he's got
His one true bride.
Julie Walters.
Yeah.
What's Colin Firth doing? He's got nobody. He's just there with his, dick in his hand. Like,
yeah. Well, let's hope that he's able to get, because you know what the Greeks are like, Luke.
What?
They're gay.
Oh yeah, good point actually. They are
That's
quite gay.
because with their olive oiled bodies, all those sexy greasy twinks.
So we got Christine Baranski next as Tanya Chesham Lee. Donna's other former bandmate, a rich 3-time divorcee.
These two are like, I guess they're supposed to be the comic relief.
Yes.
With their wacky antics.
Like Julie Walters is a fun-loving author.
Yeah, I think they should just stop.
Yeah, so that if I had to watch a movie with these two, I'd probably shoot myself. No offense, but I didn't enjoy their presence on the screen.
Yeah,
prefer they weren't in the movie.
I would prefer if they were in the movie, but they died.
Yes. Next, just die, and then they do a song about death or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if ABBA had any songs about death. I guess a lot of people died at Waterloo.
Yeah, to sing Waterloo.
Yeah,
afterwards.
Makes sense.
Waterloo. Next up is Philip Michael as Pepper. That's the black guy.
Yes. He is like. So, how familiar are you with Benidorm?
The show?
Yeah.
I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I've seen it like quite a bit. I think it's declined significantly in quality. But
wait, is it even on anymore?
It is still on, Luke.
Fucking hell!
It's been on for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. I watched it when it was
started.
Back in 2011.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Incredible.
I mean, yeah, I guess it wouldn't surprise you. For a British TV show, actually, it is quite surprising.
No, but I just had no idea it was still going. It's like, that's confined to like 2011.
It's ITV2. This is moved to ITV2, I think. Like, but it's declining quality, but like he feels like a very Benidorm-y character, like kind of the waiter or not waiter, like the bartender. He's a bartender. There we go. Who's in with the ladies, and you could just imagine, like basically every single joke in Benidorm is just an innuendo. Like literally every single joke in the entirety of Benidorm is someone. To be honest, Luke, for the plot, no,
engaging.
I actually it's not. I don't know, Luke. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There are funny moments, but yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like, so my kind of theory is that a lot of British comedy is incredibly overrated, especially in television. a lot of British television comedy can be reduced to very lowest common denominator stuff. So it'll be like literally this is a typical joke in Benidorm. It's like, I like sausages, and everyone goes, oh, sausages, oh, that sounds like you could be talking about a penis, and that's the joke.
So yeah, I mean Benidorm shit. Like
Yeah, great. But
this is known. You're not.
But here's my counter. Okay, in the last series, this gay guy who's also a hairdresser called Kenneth fell in love with a Russian sailor called Vlad, who then proceeded to stalk him everywhere he went, and it led to hilarious consequences, including Kenneth getting locked inside of his own hairdressing salon and shaving off all his hair and going crazy.
Sounds great. Next up, we have Juan Pablo de Pace as Petros, that memorable character.
Oh, Luke. I think you've picked up a different cast list here, Luke, because there aren't that many characters in this film. Petros.
Who the fuck is Petros? Who the fuck is this guy?
Is that the priest? Is that
No, he's Argentinian. It's not the priest.
Argentinian Petros?
Who the fuck? Why is he listed? Fucking Petros. I swear I can't remember anything.
And there's no one who even has a line.
No. That's a good point, actually. What do all the Greeks think of this? Like, a bunch of, like, American and British people singing and dancing and, you know, having
I was
weddings.
thinking that. Like, when I was watching this, I was thinking, like, if Greek people were, you know, not essentially white, this film would almost feel racist.
Yes.
Like, yeah, if this film was, like, set in, you know, say, India or, you know, somewhere in Africa, like, maybe, you know, it's like one of those places where white people live in Kenya. And they go to Kenya, and literally every single black person is just a background
Like
character.
South Africa.
No, like there are white people in Kenya. That's where they like
I
to go
know,
on
but it's
safari.
famous in South Africa, right? The divide.
Yeah, well, there are too many white people in South Africa.
Wow.
Because you know, white people. There are too many. Let's burn their farms down and get rid of them.
So yeah. So that's Petros. Then
Yes.
I just listed the remaining four. Ashley
No
Lily.
more.
Ashley
Oh,
Lilly
okay.
as Ali, close friend of Sophie and her bridesmaid. Rachel McDowell as Lisa, close friend of Sophie and her bridesmaid. Enzo Squillone as Gregorius, one of Donna's employees. This guy?
Who is Gregorius?
Why the fuck? Like, Gregorius. He's listed as Gregorius. Like, him and Petros. Somebody could have just added this in.
I
Genuinely.
hope that'll be in the sequel. I want to see Gregorius and Petros.
Mamma Mia 2, and you get two of the
Oh.
original cast, Petros and Gregorius.
The film's literally just about them. It's called a sub-caption, Gregorius and Petros' Big Adventure.
Last up, we've got Niall Buggy as Father Alex, the wedding priest.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad the wedding priest is actually there, because at least he has some lines.
There was some few cameo appearances by, I assume, ABBA members, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So-
Have you ever seen the, sorry, I was just going to say, have you ever seen the Simpsons episode where it's a take on like, this kind of film?
Yeah.
And they go to a cinema, and it's a wedding, and I think it's got Richard Gere in it, in the film, but it's like two wives, and, two grooms, and the priest is like, do you take this woman to be your awfully wedded wife? And then they're both like, I do, and the priest goes, one groom? Two grooms? Oh, my medication. And he collapses into a cake, and then this kid shouts out, radical, and the whole audience laughs. It's from the episode where Homer gets a crayon removed from his brain and becomes really smart.
You know what, Michael? I think you should do that Simpsons podcast with Dylan, because the amount of Simpsons references you
That's true.
talk about, like, you're clearly desperate to talk about The Simpsons.
Yeah, we should talk about this. To be honest, every single time every single podcast, The Simpsons should be there, and every time The Simpsons isn't there, everyone should be asking, where's The Simpsons? That's
Only
a reference
seasons
to
1
the-
through 7.
That's a reference to the episode where Homer plays Poochie, and he says that every episode should have Poochie, and whenever Poochie isn't there, people should ask, where's Poochie?
So, that's all the characters.
Yeah, but I think that was one thing we need to talk about, which was the not legacy, predictions.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go on to next.
I thought so, Luke.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm a pro at this. So the predictions for the second movie. Obviously,
Gregorius and Petros.
Yeah, I hope they're in there. I want all the original cast to return, including Gregorius and Petros. So we talked about the weird title. Here we go again. I just see that and I was like, because I didn't like the movie. It's just like, here we go again.
You know what? I think they should they do a soft reboot? You know, do you think they should hand over the kind of the franchise to a younger generation?
What about
I think
what
they
about a
should
prequel, Michael, when we see a CGI Meryl Streep getting banged by 3?
I think the prequel's on Pornhub.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think
maybe that would be.
See, I wonder what they'll actually do. Like, it's one of those things where I am actually vaguely curious. I'm curious to know, like,
I think Andy Garcia is in it.
what they'll choose to do. Will they choose to make it about the Amanda Seyfried and her husband?
Maybe Amanda Seyfried has broken up with her husband and she had sex with 3 guys in the space of 3
that is
months.
my one prediction is that I do think that like Amanda Seyfried and her boyfriend, who I guess isn't her husband actually, is it? Because they didn't get married in the end. I think they're going to not be together by the end of it. I mean, maybe they'll get together right at the end, but I think there's going to be like some kind of problem has emerged.
Well, I think we can all agree, Michael, it's going to be absolute shit.
Well, what I want to know is like, okay, so
You know, I can look it up.
they're going to be scraping the barrel in terms of songs, surely. Because like they used all the songs that kind of like work in this context. Next time it's literally going to be. I mean, I can't even think of any other ABBA songs.
Knowing Me, Knowing You's in it.
Okay, knowing me, knowing you.
Fernando's in it. I wonder
Fernando.
When I Kissed the Teacher.
I don't know.
Why
this
Did It
one's-
Have to Be Me? One of Us. So they've got some different songs in there.
I don't know any. Is One of Us the What If God Was One of Us, or is that not by them? What if God was one of us?
I don't think they have Gregorius. Michael.
We should do an AC/DC jukebox musical
Michael Gregorius
called
isn't in this.
Iron Man.
I don't think you're listening. He's not in
I
it.
am
and
listening,
Petros
okay.
isn't in it either.
Are you sure? Maybe. So like, you know how in Star Wars they kind of like they keep it hush hush about who's going to be in it because it's like a reveal.
Oh shit!
Maybe they don't want people to know because it's going to be a reveal.
I'm
At
just
the end,
reading
it's
this-
going to show up.
I'm reading the synopsis, and apparently Meryl Streep is dead. She was like 45. How did she die?
That's so funny.
Who has passed a year prior to the events of the film? Her relationship with Sky has been turbulent for some time. Oh, this is Sophie, giving her cause to doubt that she can survive without her mother. With Tanya and Rosie's guidance, that's the fucking annoying friends, Sophie will find out more of Donna's past, including how she fronted the Dynamos, started her villa in the island from nothing, met each one of Sophie's
Oh
dads,
shit! It is a prequel.
and raised a daughter without a mother to guide her. She also has an unexpected visit from someone she has never even met, her estranged maternal grandmother, Ruby Sheridan, who is played by Cher.
This is AIDS.
This is gonna be so bad. This is
That
actually
sounds-
gonna be awful.
That sounds like it won't even be coherent. I can imagine her like meeting like some kind of ancient mystic, and the mystic will be like, "Look into your past."
This could
We'll
actually
see.
be terrible. Like,
That sounds
genuinely terrible.
really bad. Wow. I'm gonna have to move this film up just so I've got some extra room to fit in how bad this film's gonna be. Speaking of moving this film up, do you want to wrap up and
yeah, let's wrap up.
rate?
Okay, I just wanna... Well, USA Today says it's oh my god, fucking... Michael,
Yeah.
the tomato meter.
Yeah.
It's at 87%.
Wait a minute, I don't believe this.
It's an 87%. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again doubles down on just about everything fans loved about the original. And my, how can fans resist it?
Probably, yeah. Mamma Mia did not get good
No, it
reviews
was like a
from.
52%. So how, if it's doubled down, how is it at 87? This makes no sense.
Maybe 50. You know, like maybe if it was at 50%, it should be at 100% if it doubled down. So that's double 50. There we go. Luke.
So one of the reviews is that fucking... If the original plot seemed like a flimsy excuse to trot out a bunch of ABBA Europop classics, the new film basically does away with a plot altogether. But really, who needs one? That's from Randy Cordova, and he gives it a 4 out of 5, while essentially saying the movie does not have a plot.
Yeah, you know what, Luke? I mean, so how many reviews is this? This can't be that many
60.
reviews. 60.
52 are fresh, 8 are rotten. What the fuck is going on here?
You know what, Luke? It's all the people who were like given early screenings. That's the thing. Hey, Unfriended the Dark Web's got 65%.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't care. Maybe if this gets like 90% or even 80%, we're gonna have to review it because I want to fucking see this.
This is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's got
It's the same as Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I saw an advert for Ant-Man and the Wasp in Belgium, and you'll never guess what they call it.
What?
They call it Ant-Man and the Brew, because that's how they say wasp in Belgium.
Ant-Man and the Brew. Okay, so I'll sum up on Mamma Mia. Yeah, so Mamma Mia, I think, look, I don't like it. It's not meant for me. I've said it before, but I still think that even if it was meant for me, I wouldn't enjoy it that much because of the fact that it's just not that engaging or entertaining or anything really. It's just a load of songs, and you know what, if you like musicals then fair enough, but as someone who likes movies, I like it when, you know, musicals actually work with a plot and don't just seem like they are in there instead of a plot. Obviously the fact that the characters, particularly the fathers, 3 potential fathers, and Donna seem incredibly just stupid and not working out what Sophie has done by inviting them all together to see who her dad is. It's frustrating and it's annoying, and it just further makes me not like this movie. But yeah, it's shit. And okay, if you like it, fair enough. But yeah, I did not. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10.
What about a Napalm Death jukebox musical? Speaking of which, Luke, this film is it's not great.
It's not great,
to be honest. No. And as you all know, one of my top-rated films, in fact, my top-rated film is La La Land, and that's the only other musical we've reviewed. So it's clear that I don't dislike musicals.
Yeah, no, La La Land is very high for me as well.
However, the thing is, so obviously, if you're a middle-aged woman who just wants to have a couple of glasses of red with the gals and just spend an evening together while your husband's at the pub
watching the football.
Yeah, watching the football. Bloody men, eh?
Hey, bloody men. Yeah, I just wanted to say,
what would they do without us?
I was going to say, this movie seemed very like second-wave feminism. Yeah, I don't know if you'd agree with that, because obviously you're the guy who knows more about that kind of stuff than me. Yeah. Would you say that's
well, I would say that this is a second-wave feminist classic. Yeah, I would say this, it feels, pretty much, I don't know if I would say it's...
Would this movie...
Yeah, I guess I would actually, yeah.
Would this movie be problematic if it was released in 2018?
Well, to be honest, Luke, I mean, you got to remember that, like...
There are some lyrics and some
things. Yeah, but I was just going to say, like, 50 Shades Freed was released this year.
Yeah, but that's the third installment, and 50 Shades Darker... The original 50 Shades of Grey was actually, like, torn apart in several ways.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, I think people would say this, yeah. People would point out some problems with this film. I mean, like you say, she has to be given away by her dad.
She has to be given away by her dad, and then the Meryl Streep's line, it's like, oh, I should just marry a rich husband or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Meghan Markle, she
followed that advice.
She proved the royal family is very progressive because she gave herself away at the royal wedding, Luke. I didn't watch the royal wedding, but the one thing I picked up on was that the royal family is super progressive and enlightened and woke because Meghan Markle gave herself away, Luke.
Guess who did watch the royal wedding, Michael?
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
So where are you putting Mamma Mia?
Yeah, so I want to say this again. The question I kind of have, or the question I sometimes encounter is, how objective do I want to be with this list? Because basically, like, if you are, like, I know that no one is, like, there's zero chance, even if some middle-aged woman stumbled upon this podcast, I doubt she would have listened to it up to this point, but if you are a middle-aged woman, then maybe this is like an 8 out of 10, you know, like, maybe you should really Like, you'll probably enjoy this.
Yeah, all
However,
the middle-aged women.
if-
sorry, I just want to say all the middle-aged women definitely tuned out when you were talking about Amanda Seyfried having sex with
yes.
those three people on the boat. It's when they all clicked on.
Yes, but if you're the opposite to a middle-aged woman, like let's say a young adult male, then this film's probably going to be like really light. So I think I'm just going to split the difference and talk about this film, like you said, as someone who appreciates film. And in that case, Luke, I have a contention. It's quite a controversial contention, and one that might shock you to your core. Something I was thinking about when I was looking at my ratings is I got to a film called The Last Jedi. And this is what I thought. This is another example of me ranking one film is more me reviewing another. Mamma Mia is not good. It's got very stupid decisions in it. There's lots of very
Last
irrelevant
Jedi or-
plot points. The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah. No, sorry, no, Mamma Mia, sorry.
Oh, well, both really.
But you can see where I'm going. This Mamma Mia has got stupid characters. It's got plot threads that go nowhere.
Yeah.
But at least it has a pretty good premise that is essentially coherent, and it knows what it is. And I don't think anyone who was queuing up to watch Mamma Mia would actually have a problem with it. The only people who don't like it are us, who are literally reviewing it because we knew that we wouldn't like it. And with all of that in mind, Luke, I have to say that Mamma Mia is a better film than The Last Jedi.
Oh my god.
Which isn't too bad because I've rated The Last Jedi quite low. Well, relatively low. So
It's great.
I'm actually putting Mamma Mia just above The Last Jedi, and to put it in fact, it's 6 points away from the bottom, in my number 27 spot.
My god.
And there it is, Luke.
Wow. So,
Better than The Last Jedi.
well, on that bombshell, it's time to end the show. Thank you for listening to our review of Mamma Mia. Yeah, some places it got a bit weird, but I think we covered it a bit quite well. Join us next week when we will be doing
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, the first one, right? Yeah,
Yes.
The first one for the release of Mission Impossible 6, I want to say.
Yes.
I keep pumping
Because
out.
the fifth one is Rogue Nation.
Yeah. So the 6th Mission Impossible. So yeah, the first Mission Impossible, which
The fourth one is A Good Day to Mission Impossible.
Yes. I think Mission Impossible will be a bit different to Mamma Mia. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening. We've been selecting and reflecting on Mamma Mia because of Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Release. Who have you been, Michael?
I've been Michael.
I've been Luke, and join us next week for Mission Impossible. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You actually need to go watch Game of Thrones.
You need to watch Game of Thrones.
Well, kind of. I mean, to be honest, there's an outside chance because basically my parents watch it with me, which is hilarious. But so there's an outside
Your
chance
parents
that
watch
I'll...
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, see, well, I know like everyone's like, oh wow, but it's got loads of sex in it. Like it's it's not as bad as it sounds because like most of the sex is rape, so it's more like just violence. It's more like violence rather than sex. And there's...
The sex is not bad. Most of the sex is
Yeah.
that makes it so much less awkward.
To be honest, it is actually true though. Like, because if you're watching rape, it's just like you're watching like, because for example, it's not awkward watching someone get brutally, murdered or beaten up with your parents.
Kind
But
of.
it is, well, I don't know, like, but yeah, it is awkward watching two people make passionate, love in front of your parents. But like, obviously, rape is it's more like the first one than the second one. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, this is fine.
That is a hot take, Michael. I hope you're
There
still
we go.
recording this because that should be the cold
I
outro.
am. Yeah, there we go.